everybody. What's up? It is Thursday night, Throw It Back Thursday, Throat Punch Thursday, and soon to be NFL games on Thursday. I hope we are all having a fantastic night, and not only a fantastic night, I hope we're all having a fantastic week. I know so far this week has been a pretty crazy week here in Florida. Rain has been coming down, football has been a little hectic. Practices has been canceled. School is in full swing. Everything going on here in Florida is going the way it is supposed to go. And I have some announcements for you. I was hoping to have more announcements than what I currently have, but I still have a few more announcements, and I have more announcements coming next week. So without further ado, y'all already know Scott McNeil is the first one in the chat. Cameron Hawkins, Gay, Robin, Gina, Sharon, Slinky, Cameron, Aaron, and Todd. What is up, all you fancy people? I hope we're all having a fantastic week. I want to get right into it, right? Let's short, sweet, to the point. Let's not sugarcoat anything. This ain't Dunkin' Donuts, baby. So if we don't want nothing sweet, we don't come here for the sweet treats, right? We come here for the facts and the business, and that's what we're going to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about some exciting things that are happening very soon here in Florida. And if you don't know what's happening real soon, there's a new cruise ship coming to North America for the very first time, and it's going to be home porting out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. So if you followed along for any amount of time, you will know that back in April, I went over and had my first experience ever in the Mediterranean. I was on the beautiful brand new Sun Princess. I did a few nights around Greece, Rome, Mykonos, Santorini, Corfu, and I had an absolute blast of a time on board that beautiful ship. Well, in just a few short weeks, that beautiful ship is going to make its transatlantic voyage all the way over from Southampton, England to Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And I was invited by Princess Cruise Lines to go and attend an evening on board the beautiful Sun Princess on October 10th. So we thought I wasn't going to get on a cruise ship until the mid to end of October. Well, I'll be getting on the cruise ship the second week in October. Now, granted, it is only for a few short hours, 5:30 to 11:30, but it's the first major event I've ever been invited to by a cruise line. So, Princess Cruises, thank you very much for inviting me to this major event. Mr. Fancy Pants over here. And I have, for the last 2 days since that invitation has been extended to me, I have been looking up Miami chic because that is the dress attire, Miami chic. So what is Miami chic? Do I show up like Scarface and Al Pacino to this event, or do I show up in some floral shirts like Charlie Sheen would on Two and a Half Men? I still have some time to get a nice little outfit together, but it's definitely one of those things. You don't want to show up underdressed. You don't want to show up overdressed. It is an upgraded cruise line. It's Princess. It's a more classier cruise line. So what do? You don't really know what to do. So I think I'm going to go to DXL, probably Amazon shop, maybe the TikTok shop or something like that, and try on a bunch of different clothes. It gives me a reason to go out and spend more money on clothes. Like, I need one of those. Ocean the Ocean Travel in the house. What's going on, Bruce? Julie, if I missed you, what's going on? My sister from another mister. Controversial Cruising in the house. What's going on, Scott? So there's a lot of things happening, and it's funny that they brought me into this event because there's an announcement that's coming, and it's coming next week. I was going to announce it this week, but I unfortunately can't announce it because I don't have all the details yet. But that announcement will be coming in next week. Just got done with the fantasy draft, doing media thing, cool stuff. Yeah, so it's just a whole media event. I don't know if they're going to do like a North America name ceremony or anything like that, but they reached out. They asked me if I was interested. I told them absolutely. Who would not be interested in doing that? But it's cool because not only are they inviting me down, I don't know. All right, let's give you the whole gist, right? So Princess Cruises is now going to be sailing out of Port Canaveral starting in November. The Caribbean Princess will be doing cruises out of Port Canaveral starting in November. And now, with Port Canaveral and Fort Lauderdale being the two main cruise terminals the only two in the state of Florida that Princess sails out of, they have partnered with Brightline. So you can take the Brightline train from Orlando to Port Canaveral, or you can take it all the way down to Fort Lauderdale, and from Fort Lauderdale all the way back to Port Canaveral. So not only are they inviting me to the event, they are putting me up in a hotel for the night, and they also are bringing me in on the Brightline, so I get to experience that. Now, I did get to experience that back in April. That was an awesome experience, but I never made a full video. So we're going to do a full-blown video the whole time, from start to finish, hotel, train ride, whole event, things like that. So there's definitely going to be a video that's coming with that. But with that being said, I'm looking at a 3-day voyage out of Miami that leaves that Friday and gets back on that Monday. So we're going to make this a whole thing. We're not just going to go down for the event. We're going to make this a whole thing, that little weekend getaway style trip that everyone should take every now and then. The Uber cruisers in the house. What's going on, Ian? I hope you're having a fantastic day. Party on the sea. What is up, Eric? I know I told you I'd go to the post office, but I still have not made it to the post office. But I do have it right here, so I can go to the post office tomorrow and send that out to you, my brother. So it's exciting news. Princess reached out, got some plans going on the works with Princess, and I also have. I'm just gonna tell you. Listen, let's do this. Instead of me telling you, let me do this. So if there is any interest or any curiosity, you can click on the link, and then the link will tell you a little bit of information on what it is that I have planned. Now, keep in mind, all the details here are not, it's not 100% up and ready to go, but this will be the ship, this will be the itinerary, this will be the dates. And this is not Boats and Bros, this is for 2026. So if you click that link, it's all there. I just have not put out a flyer yet. The flyer is coming very soon. Channel members will get the flyer probably tonight after the live show, and then everyone will get the announcement next Thursday when we go live as well. So, Warm Strong Adventures in the house. What's going on, Bill? I hope you're doing well, man. I know we had a little health scare back there, buddy. So I hope you're doing well. Life gets busy. Life does get busy. It's a little crazy, right? Because we got little man in football, kids in school. One's getting ready to go in the high school next year, so he's hitting that, puberty stage at the age of 13. Just turned 13 last week, and it's just been a little hectic. I'll get down to the nitty gritty. I'll tell you why I've been busy. I went out and bought a new car. For the first time in my life at the age of 35, I officially bought my very first new car. So I've been a little crazy with things over the last few weeks, and life has been just throwing curveballs and changes and all that stuff. And I was like, you know what? Let's go buy a new car. My old car had 190,000 miles on it. I think it was time to trade it in, get a new one. I didn't trade it in. My little brother has that car now, and I officially own a 2024 Hyundai Santa Cruz, a crunk. It's a car that wants to be a truck, or a truck that wants to be a car. Either way, I officially have my very first brand new car. So I'll take it. I will take it. Other than that, it's been a whirlwind of fun, right? Princess reaching out with that. YouTube is doing things. It's great. Everything is awesome. In the link that I put in the chat, all right, so I'll just tell everybody about it. The link that is in the chat right now is going to take you to a Google form. That Google form is for Alaska State of Mind, which is the Alaska Group Cruise 2026, sailing out of Seattle, round trip on the brand new Star Princess. It is not just for bros. That is open to anybody that wants to join. I have the cabins booked. I have everything done. I just have not officially made the full announcement yet. So that'll all happen within the next week, or it could happen now. You got some tips on it now. Cabins are available. That form I put out is just a few basic questions to get you guys to send me some information, so that way it's a little bit easier when we start the booking process. But that is the big announcement that's coming next week, and we officially have agreed on an itinerary. I'm not 100% sure yet because Chuck was at work today. We officially agreed on an itinerary for Boats and Bros 4 that is happening in February of 25. So that announcement will come next week as well. So both group cruise announcements will follow next week. But that's the big one. Alaska on the brand new Star Princess. Filled out the form. It's not just for bros. Nice. Will you be eating in your new car? Is I'm not allowed to in my wife's car. Brian, so no. Here I'll give you a quick little rundown. So Saturday will be 2 weeks that I've owned the car. Last weekend we had an early Saturday morning. My son had a football jamboree, so we had to be up at 4:30 in the morning, out of the house, and on our way to the jamboree. We had to be there at 6. I think it was like 6 o'clock, so they could get checked in by Pop Warner and all that stuff. I literally made everyone take their shoes off after the game and put them in the bed of the truck. No one was getting in the car with shoes on their feet. I was not allowing anybody get in the car with shoes on their feet. I took my son, I made him get changed from all of his sweaty, dirty football clothes. I put them in the bed of the truck. So I'm trying to keep it as nice and clean as possible because it's a new car. I've never had a new car. It's the first time. I didn't even want to put an air freshener in the car because I want that new car smell to last forever. So I treat it myself. I got the new car. I treat it myself to some WeatherTech style floor mats so the floor and the carpet doesn't get all dirty. I got the windows tinted. I got the rain guards on the doors. It is absolutely an amazing vehicle. I love it. I love driving to work now. I don't have to worry about getting on the highway and something potentially breaking on me, which is a great feeling. I drive 45 minutes to an hour to get to work every day and home. So, you know, 80 plus miles a day, it's a little concerning when you have a car that's got 190,000 miles on it. But with good comes bad, right? So I got the new car, then the check engine light came on in the van. So I had to put some work into the van, got that fixed, and then 2 days ago the check engine light came on in the van again. So you got to take the good with the bad in life. Life is what it is. I believe you don't get more than you can't handle at one time. So I'm definitely I'm thankful we got the new car. I'm thankful for all of that. And then I'll take all the other curveballs as they come at me. So next week's live, we're definitely be doing a live next week, but on Saturday I am heading to Miami. It is my daughter's birthday, so we're going to go down to the Miami Marlins Stadium and we're going to catch 2 Philly games. Boom, right there in Miami. So I get to watch my Phils come into town. I got to drive 5 hours, but it's going to be a good time. So let's get into the chat. Let's read some of these comments real quick so I can catch up with y'all on what's going on. I don't want to leave anybody out. Filled out the form. That's what's up. Ian says, very tempting. Come on, Ian. Come on. It's the Star Princess. Definitely not just for bros. Nope, Julie, you're able to go. At work trying to get in the show. Got to make my cruise fix today. Man, Eric, I appreciate you being here, brother. I used to make my daughter put her stinky shoes from basketball in the trunk. Yeah, so my oldest, like I said, he's going through the like change of life, right? He just turned 13 on the 23rd, and he took his shoes off, and I was like, man, I need to put the windows down. I will call on my Samoan peeps to a port, and they will bring us island food. Fun fact: Samoan people in Alaska. Yeah, so a lot of people don't know that, and I'm a history buff, so I know a lot of things like that, and I consider myself to be the useless book of information. Like I really know the most bizarre and crazy, stupid, idiotic things that nobody would ever possibly imagine. Slinky says, Cameron, get YouTube Premium ads free. Yeah, I know. And you shouldn't really get that many ads. I have it on balanced. So if you're getting a ton of ads, let me know. I'll go in and I'll check things out and I'll switch some things around. Don't use those 4-letter words on me. What 4-letter words, Chuck? What 4-letter word did I use on you? Work? Work? Is that the 4-letter word? Work? We have a rule when I talk to Chuck. I can say it here, Chuck, because it's not directly to you. But when I talk to Chuck on the phone, I don't tell him I hope you have a good day at work or I hope work goes well. Chuck's an EMT for those of you who don't know. So typically when I would tell him, oh man, I hope you have an easy night at work, it would be like an insane night at work. So we don't say that anymore. Did similar with the wife's car. Also got her the unlimited car wash package, which includes inside. Now that's a whole nother thing, Brian. We can talk about that too, because I had the unlimited car wash package with the old car, and I went in to switch the cars around, and I found out that I was paying twice the amount of the new price. I was paying $43 and it's $24 now. So I was like, yo, what's up? Why am I still paying 40 some bucks when the top package is 20 some dollars? Insane. Ian, an EMT is an emergency medical technician, so like emergency medical service, ambulance, bus driver, wee woo, paramedic, same thing. Julie, don't get technical over here, okay? You don't need to get technical. I thought we were cool. I thought we were cool. I got a new ride too. Feels great to be in something newer. What'd you get, Eric? I know me and you, bro. We were pushing them older cars, man. But you know what? My older car was faithful. I never had any major issues. Now that my brother has it, I hope he doesn't have any major issues, anything like that. So, um, yeah. But I love that little car, man. I had a whole sound system in that car. I don't have none of that now, but I like the new car. I can't complain. Yeah, Julie, I thought we were friends. Form submitted. Aaron's birthday cruise 2026. That is what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, and fancy names. We always have to do something different over here. So I'm surprised each state doesn't have a more fancier term than what it actually is. But Chuck's the man, man. He's out there saving people's lives every day. So I give him props, man. That's definitely a tough job to do, and I definitely appreciate our first responders. Toyota Camry. I'm too big for something that small. My dad, he drives a 2015 Nissan Sentra, so he'll come and pick me up like some days, and I'll get in that car and I'll be like, dude, this is a clown car. Like, meet, like I. And my mom, she's got a Nissan Versa Note, so that car is even smaller. When you see me drive that thing, I'm like this. You're just waiting to see 80 clowns just get out that little car. But hey, it gets you to point A and point B, right? It doesn't really matter the size of the car as long as it does the job. But those are the two big announcements. Getting on a ship a lot sooner than I thought. Getting back on the Sun Princess. I really can't wait to get back on that ship. That is a gorgeous ship. Absolutely gorgeous ship. So, for those of you that have submitted the form for the Alaska group cruise, that cruise is happening on the Star Princess, which will be the next in line Sphere class ship. So, that is an identical ship to the Sun Princess. And I cannot wait because that one, I'm going to have my kids with me. They're going to get to experience Alaska, and it's going to be a great time. It's in the summertime over there. The weather is perfect. The climate is great. The the climate is grape. Yeah, it's grape jelly climate over in Alaska in July. No, the climate is great. I loved Alaska in July when I was there last year. Absolutely phenomenal weather. Everything was perfect. It was all wonderful. Matt just moved from a Corolla to a Tundra. Didn't Matt? I thought that was a while ago. Didn't Matt get the Tundra from work? Central is equal to a Corolla as Ultimate is equal to Camry. Yeah, it's small, so I don't. It could be equal. It could be equal to anything. I am just like, nah. It's tough, man. I get in it. I drive it. It is what it is. I used to almost weigh 450 pounds, and I drove a Ford Escort, broke the driver's seat, and tried to fix it with zip ties. Now that's something I would do. Break it and use some duct tape or zip ties to get it fixed. In the summertime, when the weather is fine, you can shish right up and touch the sky. We got women. We got women on our mind. Yeah, good old Mongo Jerry. Everyone has a Tundra that loves it. My uncle just bought. I want to say no, it's a Nissan. It's not a Tundra. I agree. For the first responders, been a nurse, no longer doing it, but I am okay with it. However, I stop at an accident to see if they need assistance. Sharon, that is amazing. Thank you for your years of service. There's not a lot, my man. There's so much that is going on in the world that a lot of people don't really understand or take appreciation for. So I tell Chuck all the time, man. I love I love you. You're my boy. I appreciate what you do. It's definitely a tough job. It's not one of them easy jobs that anybody can just get up and go and do. You got to have a different heart. Your body's built completely different for that, man, and it takes a lot. Nurses, EMS, first responders. It's a different breed. They are a different breed on their own. So, but any questions about anything that's going on? It's pretty crazy, right? Like, we've now down the dates for the Margaritaville at Sea Islander Boats and Bros cruise. We figured out the whole Alaska group cruise thing. Norwegian's coming to Philadelphia. Oceana's coming to Tampa. There's so many changes that are happening in the cruise space. Always Be Booked Cruise and Travel Podcast. What's going on, my boy Tommy? Tommy Casabona in the house. He bought the 2017 Tundra from work, only had 12,000 miles on it, and lived in the parking garage. Perfect car. Perfect car. It might not be brand new, but it's new to you. And 12,000 miles, I'm sorry, that's new. Like, I would consider that to be a new car. Link for the Boats and Bros. There's no link yet for the Boats and Bros. That will be coming next week. All of that just got finalized and figured out today. Alaska's been in the works for a few, probably I'd say about 2 months now. Alaska has been in the works, so that's completely done. But everything can be found on the website once it goes live. So if you go over to the website, you will be able to get all of the current group cruises that'll be coming up in 2025, 2026. You can find them right there at thenautiCruiser.com. They'll all be live next week. Everyone will have its own individual tab. Everyone will give you a little bit of information about the group cruises. I am looking to do group excursions on both cruises. Now, the Margaritaville at Sea Islander group cruise is going to Key West, Cozumel, and Progresso. So you're hitting all three ports. And yeah, so we're definitely going to do some type of group events. I got to get back to Key West. I'll be there in October. And, it's one of them spots, man. If you enjoy that island vibe, Key West is that place to be. And for any Jimmy Buffett fan, it's definitely a place on the list that you want to hit. Aaron's on the site now, down for Margaritaville at Sea again. We're actually going September 15th, 3 cabins. Nice. I wish I could make that one work. I tried to get some time off in September, but with the changes we had at work, it wasn't possible. So I didn't get too upset with it. I'm able to make some more things work in October, and I'm game for that. Why did it switch cameras? Why is it doing that? Just randomly switching cameras. Come on, Ecamm. DJs for the lobster roll. Yes, sir. DJ's Clam Shack got that lobster roll. I enjoy it. It's a little pricey. I'm not going to lie. I think I paid like $30 for the regular lobster roll when I was there. $24, something like that. But it was really good. It wasn't bad. Now, I will tell you this. As I've lived in, as I live in Florida and the more I continue to live in Florida, the Florida spiny lobster or the Caribbean spiny lobster is the big lobster we can find here. Well, at DJ's, they use Maine lobster. You won't see any group cruises on the site right now. They will all be live as of next week. Now, I can make let's see. Let's do it. We'll do it while we're doing the live stream, right? I'll make the Alaska one live on the website now, so that way if you want to check it out after the live show, you can go over and check that out. It'll be a tab right at the very top, and that same Google Doc link I dropped in the live chat will be over there as well for you to fill out if you haven't filled it out here, or if you want to fill it out over there, so on and so forth. But let's do this real fast. Show in menu. Publish. Done. If you go in and refresh your page on the website right now, on the top left side, you will see a little tab that says Alaska State of Mind. Or it'll say Alaska Group Cruise 2026. One or the other. And that'll give you a little bit more information on the Alaska Group Cruise for 2026. As of Thursday of next week, I'll have both group cruises up there, the Boats and Bros in February, as well as the Alaska Group Cruise in 2026. The ports for the Boats and Bros are Key West, Progresso, Cozumel. Now, I'm not going to lie, I'm not a big fan of going to Progresso, but it is what it is. I've never been. I just heard it's very pushy over there. But definitely Key West and Cozumel, they're definitely on the list. But this itinerary for the Margaritaville at Sea Islander will be a new one. They right now they've done Key West, Cozumel, Key West, Progresso, Progresso, Cozumel. They haven't done all three together. And they actually do all three of those ports together. And I believe there's a few other group cruises going on that ship at that same time. So I won't be the only group, but I can promise you I'll be the fun group. What's with the emoji, Scott? Loose lips sink ships, my brother. What's going on? What are you not telling me? Did you send me a private message? Y'all are good at that. Y'all are good at sending me private messages. So I need to get it all finalized and now down so that way I can start getting everybody booked where they want to book. The Islander is a 5-day, Eric. So it'll be the 11th to the 17th. I'm telling you, man, that Alaska State of Mind group cruise, that page on the website, that thing looks good. That thing looks real good. I like it. Picasso. Scott says Progresso stinks. I know. We've talked about that a few times. Like you've told me about it, and I don't know if that'll be a day like I hang out on the ship, or that might be somewhere where we figure out like a group excursion or something. But we gotta take the good with the bad, there, Scotty. We gotta take the good with the bad. We get 2 good ports, 1 bad port. I'll be all right with that. And you know, any cruise port to me is not a bad port. I enjoy every single cruise port I've ever been to. This is great. The community you're building here will be exciting to meet everyone. Look at you doing big things. Yeah, I know, right? Like I feel like I put my big boy pants on the last few weeks, and I was like, okay, it's time. It's time we put those big boy pants on and start getting things going the way they should be going. And it's exciting to be able to do different things. I'm excited to be able to go and do this event with Princess and ride the Bright Line again and be able to see what they host here with this event in Fort Lauderdale. They actually sent out a really cool invitation. I was going to post it, and then I thought, like, I really shouldn't post it. But I'll read to you what the event, what the flyer says. They sent out a save the dates, like a wedding invitation, like save the dates. It says, for the North American premiere of Sun Princess, the world's best under the sun, Thursday, October 10th, 2024. Join us for an unforgettable evening of exquisite dining, drinks, and entertainment aboard the most luxurious and stunning love boat ever created. 5:30 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. Port Everglades Terminal 2, and the attire is Miami chic. Invitation to follow. So they sent a save the date, and then the invitation to the event will follow. So I'm pretty sure you're not going to be able to get in without an invitation or like your name's on the list. And I never have like shown up to any nightclub and been like, hey, my name's on the list. So it'll be cool to see how this goes. Again, like I said, it gives me a reason to buy some more fancier clothes so I don't show up overdressed or underdressed. But it's just cool to be able to be invited to this type of thing. It makes me feel like what I'm doing is not necessarily paying off, but I'm moving in the right direction. I'm continuing to go forward with things, and the content's continuing to get better. The consistency is getting better. Me being here every week with y'all, enjoying every minute of this, all the support from y'all. It's absolutely amazing to have this type of community. So I can't wait to see where this community is in another 5, 10, 15 years from now as it continues to grow. That would be the best to do excursion. Shopping is a 15-minute bus ride. The ship is docked at the cargo port. Eric says, I've never been to the Progresso. I've never been to Progresso either, so I'm game for it. Just do not be a pier runner. I don't want to be a pure runner, but Slinky says, may I suggest cenotes or ruins? Get away from the port. I am 100% okay with cenotes. I have some footage from back in the Big C days. And by Big C, I don't mean like big waves. I mean like the Big C, the 2019 Big C. So I have some videos from when I went to Cancun for a buddy's trip, a boys trip, and went cenote jumping. That was pretty cool. That was legit. That was the first time I ever jumped off of anything that was like 40 feet above the water. It was pretty neat. Where are your pineapples? You know me, I always got them pineapples. I'm always rocking some form of pineapple, whether it's a pineapple hat, pineapple shirt. I love it, man. I love when people are like, look, that guy's got pineapples on. Ah, man, you don't know what this is about. As long as my pineapples ain't upside down, I am A-okay. Do not hang out at the port. Do not get a massage on the beach. Ask me how I know. I'm pretty sure if I ask you how you know, I'm pretty sure I already know how you know. Cenotes and Progresso went to one close to the ruins temple of the rising sun. Chuck says, look, I'm in shape. Round is a shape. Hey, man, listen. That's a shape. Square's a shape. I'm all about it. One day you will not give to have a job to go to. That's the goal, right? Like the whole goal with all of this is to eventually be able to supplement my income, be able to do content creation full time as my job. I love learning new things. I love being able to edit videos. I love being here with y'all on Thursday nights going live. I just love being able to bring content to people, and it's content that I bring that people enjoy. Like it's not that it's just getting put out. Like people enjoy the content. I can't tell you how many times someone came up and was like, "Oh, I did this because of your videos," or "Thank you for talking about this. No one's ever done that," or "This is the most detailed video I've seen." I just enjoy being able to put content out for everyone, and whether it's long form, short form, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook Reels, Facebook group, whatever it is, I just enjoy doing what I'm doing. And if you enjoy what you're doing, you never really truly work a day in your life, right? You just enjoyed your life. So that's the ultimate goal, is to be able to travel more, take my kids with me more, create more content, be home more for football practices and things like that. So I enjoy it. I appreciate all your support, Sharon. Thank you for the kind words. I really do appreciate it. It means a lot. And we're just going to continue to keep pushing forward, one foot in front of the other. As long as I continue to see growth every month, I am happy. I'm not here to blow up overnight. I am here for the long haul. It doesn't matter how long it takes. I am absolutely here for the win. And I'm getting bigger and bigger in every aspect every month. Everything continues to go up. Everything continues to rise. And it's absolutely amazing to get to that point. So I'm happy with the growth I have right now, slow and steady, but you know what they say, slow and steady wins the race. So I'm here for the long haul. It's coming. Getting invited to these events is the first of many things. I appreciate it. It's really cool, because when I got the email, I was like, I called Chuck and I called Scott right away. I was like, yo, Princess invited me to this. Like, this is crazy. Like I've never thought it would get to this, but it's cool, man. I really appreciate it. It's one of those moments where you sit back and you go, all right, what I'm doing it's working. Like this is what I want to do. And it's showing me that the stuff is actually paying off. So cenotes and Progresso, that sounds like something we're going to end up doing. I'm going to make Chuck jump off a cliff. Now listen, y'all do know that them cenotes, man, they have lots of bat stuff in there. Don't drink that water. He really was schoolgirl giddy. Hey, Chuck, you really gonna go that way, man? I hope you have a good night at work tonight. You want to play games with me? I'll play games with you too. I hope you have a good night at work tonight, Chuck. Don't be that way, my man. So it's just neat to be invited to something like that, right? And it's not just the event. They're inviting me to the event. They're putting me up in a hotel. They're bringing me in on the Bright Line. And I'm hoping it's the Bright Line that they wrapped with all of Princess's logos, Princess's trains, and all that stuff that I saw back in April. Because when I was in April, when me and Chuck were getting ready to fly out of Miami, we took the Bright Line over from Orlando to Miami International, and they were putting up all this Princess Cruise logos and flowers and decorations. And that's when I found out that day that Princess and Brightline have created a partnership together, because Caribbean Princess was going to start sailing out of Port Canaveral and then Fort Lauderdale with all of the other ships. So it was cool to be there that day to see all of that happening. And now with this event happening for the Sun Princess, it's neat to see those things. Slinky, I appreciate the kind words. Thank you very much, my sister. Julie, I did. You already know. I had to go there. Listen, if I'm going in for the kill, we going in for the kill. Wow, wow. That's the that's the way to do it. I know that one is not a cave, but a lot of those cenotes that are in caves, there's a lot of bat doo-doo. There's a lot of bat doo-doo. The one I jumped in that was 40, it was like 44 feet. It was just a hole. I got the content. Like, I think I'll just make a video and I'll just call it like throwback video and just put out a video from when I was in Mexico. I went ziplining. I rode ATVs. We jumped in the cenotes. It was pretty crazy. I lost my GoPro at the one time. My GoPro fell off my wrist, went all the way down to the bottom. The tour guide dove all the way down to the bottom, found the GoPro. It was pretty crazy. Fish in cold water, and if it's in a cave, bat poop. The ones that are open, there's no bats. I'll agree to that. There's no bat caves in the open cenotes. But the ones that have the domes, yeah, there's some bat doo in there. But you know what they say? Cenote water is some of the cleanest and purest water that you can drink. I don't know. I don't know if I could believe the guy. I would have been the same way, Mike. See, that's why we're two peas in a pod, Chuck. That's why we get each other. We click. That's why we're friends, man. That's why we're friends. Lunch was awesome. So I got to figure out a few things, because I don't want to just do these group cruises and not have a group excursion planned, right? Like, I've done Alaska, so I know what I want to do when I get there. I want to hop on the train. I want to go whale watching. I want to get some crab legs from Tracy's. I just want to go and explore. I want to watch the salmon run upstream and catch a can. There's so many different things, but I definitely want to have group excursions. I want to be able to experience things as a group. And there'll definitely be a group hotel up in Seattle somewhere. I don't know where yet, but it'll definitely be close to that downtown Seattle area, Pike Place Market, Space Needle, Chihuly, somewhere along those lines. So that way, pre-cruise, anybody coming in early can do events or anything like that up at the Space Needle or Chihuly or anything like that. So definitely want to get a group excursion going, whether it's for Boats and Bros and Alaska, but Alaska is definitely going to be one that has a group excursion. So peer-to-peer podcast just came out with Sun Princess podcast. If you haven't checked that out, that goes over the whole Sun Princess from top to bottom, port to starboard. It's got so much information on there that has so much details about the Sun Princess that is going to transition to the Star Princess, because sister ships, the Sun Princess is the first in the class, Star Princess will be the second in the class. So definitely want to listen to that, catch a little bit of information on that. And I'll be putting out more Sun Princess content in the near future with it coming to Florida. So with that being said, I'll be getting on that ship again within the next, I'd say, 6 months. Slinky said I went crabbing in Alaska. That's awesome. Oh, I want crab in Alaska. But yeah, I want crab in Alaska. I did Tracy's Crab Shack in Juneau, and it was delicious. It was absolutely incredible. The crab leg, the crab cake, the crab bisque, everything was phenomenal. And I hated myself at the end of it because I didn't take the crab leg and dunk it in the crab bisque. I was so sad. And I was like, do I really want to spend another $100? And I was like, no, I'm full. I don't want to spend another $100. Chuck says Starbucks. I know you hate salmon, but I think salmon baked sounds good. So here's the thing. I tried salmon in Alaska. I don't know if you're going to say it was salmon that I tried, but there was salmon in the fish dip. It was a salmon fish dip that I tried. I enjoyed that. But again, it wasn't just pure salmon. I cannot do pure salmon. There's no way. I've tried it. I can't do it. It's just, and it's not just salmon. It's salmon. It's trout. So it's any of those like pinky fresh. Nah, I can't do it. And I would love to be able to eat it because salmon's so good for you. It's so healthy. There's so many healthy fats and acids and all that stuff in the salmon. But I really can't. I really can't do it. Even when I get cioppino, I have to pick it out. If it's got salmon in it, I can't eat it in the cioppino either. Group photo at the gum wall in Seattle. I'm game. I'm game. I'm not going to touch it. I'm not going to pick a piece off and eat it. I can tell you when I was there in July, I watched a little kid pick a piece up off the floor and put it in his mouth, and his mom like freaked out. I was skeeved out. That was enough for me. I had to go. I couldn't hang around anymore. I've only done crabbing in Galveston and Corpse, blue crab, more shell than meat. So it's tough, right? I love crab. And when I lived up north, I would pick blue crabs all day long. Now that I live down in Florida, I don't want to mess with a blue crab. It's just a lot of work for a little bit of meat. I really don't want to do that. But when I lived up north, you had a lot of the blue crab coming in up off the Chesapeake, through the rivers, up into the ocean, up in Jersey and all that. So blue crab was a big thing up there. I don't want to deal with all that for that little bit of meat. I'm with you, Mike. Not a big fish person. Now, I can eat fish. Like, I can eat white fish, any type of white fish. My favorite's mahi-mahi. Absolutely love me some fresh mahi. Love some good grouper. But it's, for some reason, salmon, trout, tilapia, I can't do it. Slinky had salmon tonight. I'm mostly vegetarian, but I will eat salmon. Love me some grilled salmon with steamed veggies. Man, that sounds good to me. But the problem is when I go to eat the salmon, it's going to come right out. It doesn't stay down. I've tried. I can't get it in. I even put a short out not that long ago where I tried a salmon cone roll. Couldn't do it. No worries. I'll eat all the salmon for you, Mike. I think when I got the cioppino on the Princess Cruise, I literally put it on Chuck's plate. I like scooped it out and put it on his plate. I can't do it. Pike Place Starbucks is the only store with the original Starbucks logo. So I think I have it. Let me see. I'll show you the logo. This is the original Starbucks logo. And you can only get that at Pike Place in Seattle. Oysters, Scott, now you know. You already know. Don't go there, bro. Why you gotta be like that? Why you gotta pick on me, man? I can't do those either. It's a big old booger. I don't know how anybody can. I sit there and I watch Slinky eat them. I watch Cameron eat them. I watch Chuck eat them. I watch Layla eat them. They just nah. No. Nope. I cannot eat oysters. I can do now. Here's the thing. I can't do raw oysters, but I can do like raw little neck clams, middle neck clams, cherry stones. I can eat those all day. I can't do the oysters. I don't know if I can. I've never tried. I just, nah. Mm-mm. But I love mussels. I love clams. I love shrimp, crab, lobster. There's not much that comes from the ocean I don't eat. I will not mess with oysters. I will not mess with salmon. There's just some things I cannot and will not do. And no matter how much I love y'all, I, every time I think of doing something in my brain, do you remember the app from back in the day called Vine? Do it for the Vine. So every time I eat something that I really don't like, I'm like, oh, do it for the vlog. Do it for the vlog. And then I'll end up enjoying it. So, like the first time I tried conch fritters, I was in the Bahamas. I was a young kid. I think I was like maybe 15, 16 years old. And I was like, all right, I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll try it. Tried it. I enjoyed it. Now I'll do conch fritters all day long. If you don't know what it is, it's freaky. The first time I had, Escargot was on the Carnival Mardi Gras. It was a Lolita Loca Halloween group cruise. On the Carnival Mardi Gras, I was sitting at dinner with Douglas Bray, and he literally said escargots are just a mode of transportation for garlic butter. So I was like, oh, I think that'll be good. So I tried it, and I enjoyed escargot. That, I never thought I would enjoy that, but I eat that. Sharon says, no seafood for me, food allergies. Now, here's a funny story. I should not be eating seafood because a few years ago when I still lived up north, I went and got allergy tested and the doctor was like, you're allergic to shellfish. You should not be eating shellfish. You should not be eating seafood. And I looked at the doctor and I was like, you're kidding, right? And she's like, no. And I was like, well, you do realize I'm not going to stop eating seafood. She's like, you eat seafood? I was like, yeah. I eat a ton of seafood, shrimp, lobster, fish, crabs, clams. I'm not going to stop eating seafood. And she's like, well, you need to carry it around an EpiPen. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going to stop eating seafood. Oysters are great. Eggs and strawberries, nope. Nah. Nah. No, I love eggs. I love strawberries. Oysters are not great. Nope. Fried and dipped in ranch, I'll watch. Can't do it either. Yeah, I don't think I could do that. If it's fried and dipped in ranch, then I'm thinking of deep fried pickles. I'm cool with that. Chili mussels, I can do mussels all day, and Diablo mussels are my favorite. My grandfather used to make them. They were really good. Slinky says, suck the snot. No, thanks. No. I don't like fresh tomatoes. However, cooked, fried, I like. So Chuck's the same way, right? Chuck can't eat. Yeah, and he even said it. I'm with you on that, Ian. No fresh tomatoes for me either. So when we were in Greece, he was like, yeah, I can't eat these tomatoes. I don't like fresh tomatoes. They got to be cooked. And I'm like, what? They got to be cooked. Boy, I was so happy he did not want those tomatoes because they were soaking in that olive oil with that bread and that feta cheese. Boy, that was delicious. So I was at that one point in time, I was thankful Chuck could not eat fresh tomatoes. Ian says, how far can an S car go? Gotta love the dad jokes, man. Gotta love the dad jokes. Escargot was my first time was on a ship too from watching vlogs. The interest build up, and it wasn't bad, right? Like it's literally garlic butter. If it's done right, it's garlic butter. Now I like the way Princess does it. They bring it out in this nice fancy little ramekin with all this cheese on it. Delicious. How's this, guys? I don't think I've ever tried ranch dressing. What? You need to try ranch dressing. And Scott would have eaten all of the olives. Yeah, I can't do olives either. That's another thing. Y'all seen the video? Nah, not me. Olives, I can't do. There's not very many foods that I don't eat. But if someone's watching this video right now, they're like, bro, you're listing off a whole bunch of stuff you don't eat. I don't do olives. I don't do oysters. I don't do salmon. I don't do trout. Yeah, it's just weird. I can't do olives either. I love olive oil, but I can't do olives. It's crazy. Oysters, snot. Nah, what's the difference? If you remember, there was an episode of Friends where Alec Baldwin took the oyster and threw it on the floor, and Joey was like, "Oh, that's a big booger on the floor." Yeah, I can't do oysters. My first time with Schnauz was in a fancy restaurant in Adelaide, and they still were in the show. We had a special holder. So yeah, cucumbers. That's another thing I can't eat. I can't do that either. Instant gag reflex. So I know there's a lot of places that do escargot like ground up and then they put it back in the shell and you like scoop it out. Mm, I don't know. I don't know if I could do that one. Julie says I don't think I like olives either. Do you like sour cream, dill, onion, and garlic? That sounds like tzatziki sauce a little bit. Yeah, Sharon loves ranch and black and green olives. I can do the ranch. I can't do the black and green olives. But I got a funny story for you about the ranch. So my kids were talking about some foods the other day, and I pulled up foods from the 90s, and they love to eat ranch dressing on everything in this house for some reason. It doesn't matter what it is. It's if it doesn't have a gallon of ranch on it, they don't eat it. So I literally go to the restaurant store and I buy a 5 gallon bucket of ranch dressing. They get pizza and they come in and they dunk it in the 5 gallon bucket. It's not that bad, but it might as well be, right? So back in the 90s, they had this ranch dressing called Pizza Ranch. It was literally ranch dressing that tastes like pizza. So I was showing them all the different foods from the 90s when their dad was growing up to what is now um, garbage compared to the stuff we had as kids. We had awesome snacks. Naughty, we ate the same foods. Yeah, I don't do cucumbers. I can eat pickles, but I can't do cucumbers. I love pickles. No cucumbers though. Yep. I can't do the cucumbers. It's like an instant gag. As soon as I eat it, I it literally comes right up. There's no way for it to go down. I love carrots, but I can't eat raw carrots. I have to eat cooked carrots. They have to be cooked. If I eat them raw, I just chew them forever. And that's it. Isn't ranch dressing just mayonnaise? I don't know. I really don't know. I know it's delicious. Whatever it is, it's delicious. It probably is mayonnaise. Now you're gonna make me get up. Nah, I'm not getting up. Let's do this. Ranch dressing ingredients. I love how they say it's a creamy American salad dressing. So the ingredients for this homemade buttermilk ranch are sour cream, buttermilk, mayonnaise, fresh herbs, garlic and lemon juice, salt and pepper. So yeah, it's just a mayonnaise based dressing. Crazy. Did you try fresh tzatziki when in Greece? The only way to try tzatziki over there was fresh. Everything was fresh, from the tzatziki to the tomatoes to the onions. Everything over there was absolutely fresh. I did a video in Carfu where we went on this tour around the island, and then we went to this family-owned business, and along the way they stopped for some fresh feta cheese, some fresh tomatoes, and fresh bread. And then when we got to the business, they cut it all up, put it on a plate, and then smothered it in olive oil. I was in heaven. I absolutely fell in love with it. Was in heaven. Didn't want to leave. I was ready to stay there forever. I even asked the guy that was giving us the tour, like, "Hey man, how much do you want to let me live on your couch? I'll go to work. I'll pay your bills. Whatever. Let me stay here. I don't want to go back. I love it here." How many ads was that for you today, Sharon? Maybe I'll change the settings around for next week's live. No way ranch and mayo are different. I'm not saying it's the same, but it's got mayonnaise in the ingredients. So it's definitely mayonnaise based. When my pops was in the army, we lived in Germany and we had fresh tzatziki. Awesome stuff. Yeah, it was really good. So 4 ads in an hour. That's really not too bad. That's about one every 20 minutes. No. No, that's about one every 15 minutes. So, yeah. 3 and 4 chat ads. Just had another ad. Yeah, we'll do that next week. I don't think I can change it while it's live. I know this week I'm off this weekend, so I'm gonna build a Lego set. Yeah, it won't let me change it when it's live. I'm gonna build a Lego set this weekend. It's been a while since I built a set, and I'm sitting here and I can see the new Jaws Lego set out the corner of my eyes, just dun it, dun it, dun it, and I'm like, yeah, I gotta get it going. There is no raw egg and ranch, not mayo. Listen, I just read you the ingredients. Okay, that's what I just did. Homemade ranch dressing. Homemade ranch dressing recipe. It literally says ranch dressing ingredients: sour cream, buttermilk, mayonnaise, fresh herbs, garlic and lemon juice, salt and pepper. That is to make homemade ranch. Don't shoot the messenger. I just read the ingredients. Maybe because it's a buttermilk ranch. Who knows? But if you don't believe the big man, there's the link to the ingredients I was just reading you. There it is. You can make it with Greek yogurt or sour cream. I won't be here next week live. Be on the Mariner. It's supposed to rain a lot. Well, either way, whether you have rain or not, I hope you have a fantastic time. Julie, if are you having issues hearing me? You should have said something, Julie. I could have moved the microphone up a little bit. Nobody said they were having issues hearing me. Bet you're not having issues hearing me now. What about now? You can probably hear better. You can probably hear better. I don't listen, man. I don't care if the ranches are the same. I don't care if the ranches are different. I don't care if you make ranch and sell it at the farmer's market. I just sent you a recipe. That's it. That's it. That's all I did. You don't have to shoot the messenger. I don't care if you like 5,000 different types of ranch, if you add 80 different ingredients to your ranch. It don't matter to me. I just read the list of ingredients. Right, like Ranchgate. Like, come on, man. Aaron and Todd, I love the mic system. It's absolutely great. Right now, the transmitter is just plugged right into the back of the Mac. And everything I'm operating on is on the Pocket 3, the Osmo Pocket 3. That's plugged in directly to the Mac as a webcam. And this is the external mic system. Now, I have a full-blown mic system that I use. This just makes it a little bit easier. So it's a great option. And so as soon as you put it in, the transmitter in and take this out of the case, it connects instantly. So the cool little thing about these are if you have a Pocket 3, you can plug it right into the Pocket 3 and use this mic as well. It's awesome. I love it. Yeah, the mics are great. I love the mics. And there's fun things. Like I use Final Cut Pro for all my videos, so I'm able to tweak the audio around a little bit to help, just bring in the voice and block out a lot of the background noise. Listen, Linda. Hey, listen. You can listen. You can lend to listen to me all day. The link is there for the ingredients. But that's it, y'all. Y'all, if y'all want to fill out that form in the chat, if not, go on over to the naughtycruiser.com if you have any interest in the upcoming Alaska group cruise. This is it. This is the way it's going to go. I am out of here for the week. I appreciate each and every one of you. Until next time, y'all know what to do. I will see y'all next week. Same place, same time. Y'all have yourselves a safe and great weekend. Peace.